It's another snowy one. Hey up all, and welcome to another Hengist Wild Camps. And welcome to the first week of 2026. Hey! Well, I hope you all had a really good New Year's Eve and you're looking forward to 2026. As I was saying, this is the first week, and it's a bit of a tradition that I always get out on the first week of every new year. I have done for years, and this year is no different. Well, there's no prizes for guessing where I am. I'm back in my beloved, glorious Peak District. Oh, I'll just stop for a moment while I'm speaking to you. And it's an absolutely beautiful winter's day. There's snow all around. As you can see behind me, the sun's out. Blue sky, absolutely lovely. It's one of those days that puts a smile on your face. Now the Met forecast has got one of those yellow weather warning triangles on it for ice and snow. So I don't know what it's going to be like up on the tops. I did note the temperatures. Tonight there's going to be a low of minus 12 degrees when you're outside. And I think inside the tent it said minus 6. So I've got all my winter gear with me. I'm really loaded up with kit. And I'll stay warm tonight. With all this gear, I've got me thermal long johns on that I bought from Tesco's. I'm really warm actually. I might have to take this hat off, let my head cool down. Well, I'm currently making my way up towards Blackmoor, and then I'm going to go across that up the hill in the direction of Moss Castle, and then intersect with the Pennine Way, and then I'll be turning right, heading towards Mill Hill, and then going up the ascent of Ashop Clough. And I'm planning to camp somewhere in that area tonight. Right, well, now I've got my breath back, I'll plod on and I'll bring you back in a bit. Time for a little update. Well, I've just reached the start of the ascent that takes me up Blackmoor and across it towards Moss Castle and the Pennine Way. I've just come up that snowy path behind me. Oh, I've had to take my gloves off, roll my sleeves up, take my hat off. Might have put too many layers on, but it's not too bad at the moment. And I'm thinking, you know, with it getting really cold apparently tonight, it'll be worth it later on. I've only got like a t-shirt, a long sleeve kind of fleece thin thing, and then this cardigan which is very thin, and I've got this wind-proof jacket on as well. Well, it's still absolutely lovely. I've got my sunglasses on because the sun's really low in the sky and it's reflecting off all this snow. Don't want to get snow blind. Well, that path, where you can see the snow, where it's settled, that's the route I'll be taking up towards Mosscastle, and then I'll be getting on the Pennine Way, turning right and heading towards Mill Hill in the direction of Kinder Scout. So I just thought I'd let you know what I'm up to, and now I've got my breath back, I think I'll plod on up there. I thought it time to give you a little update on my travels. Well, I've just reached the Pennine Way, and that's covered in snow as well. In that direction you've got Bleaklow, those hills you can see over there in the distance, higher shelf stones. The Snake Pass is just down in that dip. Behind me over there, Kinder Scout, that's where I'm heading. And up there, the Pennine Way leads to Mill Hill. So I'm going to be going that way. Now I've got up onto the tops, I can feel that icy wind biting on my ears. I think I'll put my hat back on just to keep my ears warm. Right, I'll get on with that, and I'll probably speak to you when I'm at Mill Hill. See you in a bit. I've arrived at the cairn at Mill Hill. There it is behind me. Just come up that path over my shoulder. Over there we've got Ashap Head. Last time I was here you couldn't see it, it was totally clagged out. Well, on the way up the Pennine Way I had to do a lot of the walking on the side of the path because the flagstones just had like sheet ice underneath them, and I nearly fell over a few times, so yeah, I had to walk at the side, but luckily all the bog's frozen, so it's not too bad. But it just slowed you down a bit. It always does in snow. Yeah, as I've got a bit higher now, the temperature has started to drop. That's why I've got my hat on, and I've switched gloves from my fingerless gloves to my old gloves. And yeah, I'm gonna go even higher in a moment when I go up Ashiphead. I just hope that the staircase isn't frozen like that path was. It probably will be, but yeah, I'll just have to walk at the side of it. Well, next I'm going to go down that dip where I get to the crossroads and the famous signpost that says Hayfield, Bleaklow, Snake Inn, Edale. And yeah, and then I'll bring you back when I get down to the bottom of Ashiphead and have a word with you then before I start the ascent. It's still absolutely glorious. It's cold, but absolutely lovely. Right, I'll plod on. I'm at the top of William Clough and at the bottom of Ashiphead. That's the last climb, well, the last steep climb of the day. Once I get up there, I'm on top of the plateau, and then it's just a short journey to my intended campsite. Well, there's a couple of lads going up behind me, so it doesn't look too treacherous. Right, well, go on, let's get up there and I'll see thee at top. Whew, if I seem a bit out of breath, that's because I am. Just got to the top of Ashiphead and I'm at the cairn. Oh, as I said at the bottom, that's the last steep bit out of the way. I've just got to go up that hill next, not far, 20-30 minutes tops, depending on how slow the snow makes me. Well, it's about 3 o'clock now, so sunset's at about 4, so I should get there in nice time to get my tent up while there's still some daylight. Right, well, now I've got my breath back, I'll plod on up that away. See you in a bit. Finally, I've arrived at my camp spot. Nobody around. The ground's frozen. I've tried it. Luckily, about half a mile ago, I picked up a stone that I saw on the way, because everything's buried in snow. I don't fancy looking around here, although there'll probably be some. Well, there's just under an hour before the sun goes down, As you can see, it's quite low in the sky behind me. I'm thinking of getting my tent up just here in between my trekking poles. The wind's kind of coming from the northwest. I've got these rocks for a bit of shelter. I think it was going to change west northwest or northwest north, one of the two. But it's coming from that away, and it might shift around a bit more this way. So I'll have the back of my tent facing towards that rock. I don't know where to have that view or that view. I think I like that view better, so I'll have the door facing that way. Right, well, I'm not going to hang around because the temperature is dropping as the sun's getting towards sunset, so I'm going to get my tent up. Well, that's my tent up. By gum, that took some hammering of the pegs in. The ground's absolutely frozen. Well, it's a bit lumpy, but it'll do for me. Right, well, there's not long now before the sun goes down. My bag's just over there. I'm going to get my door open, drag my bag over, and start getting some stuff inside my tent. Right, that's everything inside my tent. I just need to get things like inflated, get my sleeping bag out, lofting up, stuff like that. So I'll get on with that and I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, the sun's finally gone down and the temperature's dropping. I can feel it getting colder. I've got everything sorted in my tent. It's pretty similar to what I had on my last camp just before Christmas. I think the only thing that's different is a sleeping bag. Anyway, I'll turn the camera around and give you a quick look. As we approach the doorway, I've got some various items in the porch: sit mat, rucksack, pots, pans, rice, curry, some chocolate. There's my trusty wooden spoon, 4 tins of McEwen's. As we go into the inner, I've got my trusty silver mat. Again, I'm using my winter mattress, my Exped 5.2. I've brought my winter sleeping bag. This has got a comfort rating of 9, -9. There's my Flextail neck contour pillow, stuffed in hood. Dotted around, I've got some various electrical items. At the back, I've got me water, keeping it inside the tent so it doesn't freeze. My down gear, down trousers, down boots and my down jacket. And I've got my fairy lights ready and I've got my lantern up. Well, this time of year, once sun goes down, you haven't got a lot of twilight like you have in summer. It gets dark very quickly. So I've got one last job to do, and that's to dive in tent, get my boots off and get my warm down gear on. So I'll get on with that and I'll bring you back in a bit. Finally, I'm all sorted. Just in time. I've got everything laid out, and as I was saying before, the light is dropping fast. There's still a bit, as you can see behind my tent in the sky, but it won't be long. Well, the first camp of 2026, the first week of 2026. Oh, it's good to be out. Seems ages. I mean, it was only just before Christmas, my last camp, but oh, the yearning to get out was strong. Well, as I said, I'm all sorted, relaxed, got everything laid out in my tent, and it's roundabout now. My thoughts usually turn to, you've guessed it, a tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3. Whoa. Well, tonight's beer is courtesy of Tarn, who very kindly donated to my Buy Me a Beer fund. So thanks a lot, Tarn. That's really good of you, and what a great way to start off 2026. Well, everybody at home, I suppose we best get it cracked open on this bitterly cold night. It's going to be a cold one tonight, minus 12 degrees C. Might have to bring my beer in so it warms up. Whoa, that smells good. Well, the first camp of 2026 and the first beer on a camp. Everybody at home, good health and cheers. By gum, that's good beer, that. Even in 2026, still just as good as it always was. Well, I brought my boots in as well because they're liable to freeze, although they're not wet, but a bit of moisture in the air could freeze them overnight. There's already loads of frost on my tent. Well, as I said, I've got everything sorted now. I'm going to relax, unwind, take in these lovely views while the light is still here, sip my beer, and I might even put wireless on, listen to a bit of news or see if there's any comedy on Radio 4 or Radio 4 Extra. But in the meantime, as I said, I'm just going to get stuck into this and I'll bring you back later.
He said if she doesn't do the right thing, in other words, what he wants her to do, she could face the same or a worse fate than Maduro. Shares in American oil companies have risen as markets opened for the first time since the US operation in Venezuela. The price of oil has remained broadly flat. Here's our business editor, Simon Jack.
Venezuela has over 300 billion barrels of unspent, and sanctions on exports have seen output slump. Shares in US companies already active in Venezuela, such as Chevron, rose sharply when markets opened today before giving up some of their gains. Companies that sell the equipment and services to extract the oil, such as
By gum, hey, that's still good beer. Well, the time's approaching, I think it's 8:30. Yeah, definitely 8:30. I thought it might be later then. No, it's 8:30. And yeah, I'm lovely and warm, although it's bitterly cold outside. According to the Met forecast, at the moment it's minus 12 outside. I'm not stepping outside, I'll check the Met forecast's word for that. Yeah, I haven't bothered making myself presentable or anything like that. You know me. Take me as you see me. I'm all wrapped up, got in my sleeping bag. As I said, I'm lovely and warm in here. I'm thinking, because it's like about 8:30 now, of, getting some food on, like within the next half hour. I've had 3 tins of McEwen's, and I've got about 20% left on this battery. Oh, 19% before I have to change it. Yeah, I'll have to keep this quick, this waffle. But yeah, it's been great to get out. I mean, it's a bit of a tradition. First week of every year. I've done it for more years than I can remember. I've always got out on first week. And although I didn't go out over New Year's, I had a week off, let's say, when I made that other video.
a look back. Just having that break. I mean, it was filled with festivities and things, but the hankering to get out, be self-sufficient, carry your house on your back for the night or 2 nights, or it's just 1 night tonight. I love getting out. It doesn't matter what the weather is, rain, snow, sunshine. The only thing that bothers me is wind. And this tent can handle the wind. And it's not very windy tonight anyway, so I don't know why I'm talking about the wind. But yeah, just to get away from the madding crowd, so to speak. I don't know if it's so much getting back in touch with nature, but that certainly helps. The fresh air, that's the first thing I notice as I start going into the hills. Apart from the odd aeroplane flying over, there's no traffic or anything like where I live. I notice that a lot as well. Just that being away from everybody else. I suppose if I was to condense it into one sentence, I just enjoy sleeping on the hills. But what a great start to 2026. I hope you've all got loads of plans at home. As far as plans go, I don't really make plans. I just get a hankering to get out and off I go. But this year I'm hoping to do some more of those long distance walks that you saw me do back in October when me and Dave did the Cairngorms 5 days. Me and Dave have been talking. Dave wants to do a winter camp, so it might be this month, it might be next month, but we've been talking about doing the West Highland Way. I think Dave mentioned something like 8 days to do it in, which, considering it's winter, it's not firm underfoot really. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. One of the things I am going to do, unlike I did on the Cairngorms, once it's confirmed with Dave, is I'm going to buy some of those dehydrated meals. I know they're expensive. I really can't afford them, to be honest. When I was in the Cairngorms, I loaded up on dehydrated foods from Tesco's, shall we say, and it was still heavy, and I wasn't even carrying any beer on that trip. This time, if we're going for 8 days, once it's confirmed, I'm going to get an order and buy some of that dehydrated food. I'll get the largest portions that they do. I've already checked it out online, and I think it was something like 82 quid or something for 8 meals, and considering I only eat 1 meal a day, I'm assuming they're about 1,000 calories. That should do me. I'll probably take some dried nuts with me and bits of chocolate and things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that if it comes off. That'll be great. If we're going in the next couple of months, then I'll be taking this tent. If we're going in on the West Island Way, can't wait if it comes off. It'll be really good. Yeah, I'd like to do more of those kind of long distance affairs. Right, well, yeah, I'm gonna think about getting some food on next. After 3 tins of McEwen's, I have built up a bit of an appetite. It's weird with me. Exercise. I can start off feeling hungry. I do some exercise at the end of it. And when I mean exercise, the only exercise I do is hill walking. And, hill walking is good for you anyway. But do hill walking with some weight on your back, and you're in another league as far as your cardiovascular. Not that I'm an expert on these things, but I've read about it, and it's really good for you apparently, and your mental health. Since I started wild camping, I no longer feel the urge to go out at midnight killing cats. Remarkable change. Well, yeah. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. As I said, I'm going to start getting some grub ready, and I'll bring you back when I've got my stove set up and everything else. See you in a bit. Well, it's nearly about time to change the battery on my camera, but I think I've just got enough charge to show you getting my stove lit and getting this grub on the go. Whoa, it's gone cold now. I'll just put its jacket around it to keep the heat in. It's not really to keep the wind in, because it's inside the tent. Right, well, I'll keep an eye on this. I can hear it bubbling already. I'll have to keep giving it a stir so the pan don't burn. And yeah, let's get it warmed up. I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, this steaming pan of food indicates that I think the grub's done. So yeah, let's get it off the heat. I'll just give it a stir. Oh, that looks good. Well, I just tasted a spoon before and it tasted brilliant. The smell coming off it. Whoa, that smells good. Well, as you've probably heard me say before, you can't have a curry without having a beer. Oops. I've got one tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3 left. So, I'm going to get my beer holder, my boot, get it open. Oh, that smells good. But I'm not going to have a drink. I'm going to put it in my boot because I'm going to taste this curry first. It looks really good. Well, proof's in the pudding. It's red hot once again, and I'm probably going to burn my mouth once again. Oh God, I am as well. Oh. Oh, burning my tongue. Oh, fight through the pain. Rewarded with that lovely flavour. Oh, that's well nice. Well, I'm just going to have a drink of this beer. Good health, everybody. And cheers, Tom, for the donation, mate. Really appreciate it. Good health, everybody. Hey, by gum, that's still good beer. Hey, I'll just pop it back in my boot. Well, beer and curry on Kinder Scout on a minus 12 degrees centigrade night. Fantastic. It's the simple things in life that bring you pleasure. Well, enough of my nonsense. I'm going to get stuck back into this and I'll catch up with you later. Oh, I've got a big piece of chicken there. Oh, that was well nice. Spicy and warm. Don't feel cold whatsoever at this moment in time after eating that. That was lovely. I really enjoyed it. Well, yeah, can't rest on my laurels. I'll have to get this washing up done before it all starts to coagulate on the pan. So I'll get on with that and I'll bring you back in a bit. What a fantastic start to 2026 I've had. A snow camp. And yeah, I think this is the coldest, well, coldest this year, but colder than the end of 2025 when I did a few snow camps. Yeah, minus 12 at the moment according to the Met forecast. Outside. In here, there's enough to write your name on inside at Fly, frost-wise. But in the inner, I mean, the steam coming off my breath. But I've got fingerless gloves on and my fingers are fine. It's been brilliant. I've got a full stomach from all that food that I ate, and I've drank my last can of beer. I was just checking then to see if there was any left, but no, I've drank it, and yeah, I'm all tucked up in my sleeping bag. I'm feeling really content, sleepy, happy. It's nice to be out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the morning's like. It was on BBC News, so it's a bit of a generic, wasn't localised forecast, and they were talking about rain, possibly snow. But on the Met forecast online, it just, well, it didn't say that. It looked like it was going to be dry, so who knows? It's cold, I know that. Well, when I say it's cold outside. Anyway, as I was saying before, I'm feeling really sleepy. I've got the wireless on in the background. I've got the timer set. So I'm going to get my head down, listen to that, drift off, and get some shut-eye. So I'll see you all in the morning, folks. Good night, all. Good morning, everybody. Time's about 8:15. Had a really good sleep, lovely and warm. I think it started raining or snowing, something like that. There was something hitting my tent round about 4:30. I can hear something now. I suppose we best open the door and have a look. Ooh, it looks very cold and claggy out there. Right, I think I'll put radio on, listen to a bit of news, wake up and get a brew going. See you in a bit. By the amount of steam that's coming off my pan, I think my kettle's boiled. Let's just have a look. Oh yes, that's boiling away nicely. Well, that's my morning brew made. I shall just grab it and have a taste. Oh. Oh, that's what's needed on a cold winter's morning. A nice cup of coffee. Well, I'm going to drink this, listen to news on the radio, come round a bit more, and then turn my thoughts to packing up. But in the meantime, as I say, I'm just going to wake up and drink this. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. I finally stepped out at tent on this bitterly cold morning. You can only see about 30 yards in front of you with clag. Luckily I know where I'm going. Well, yeah, there's a bit of frost on my tent. I'll have to give that a wipe down before I get it packed, which is what I'm going to do next. Oh, what a great camp. What a great start to the year. Right, well, as I said, I'll start packing up and I'll see you in a bit. Well, that's me finally out of the tent, all packed up, all my kit on my back. By gum, that was an ordeal. Some of those tent pegs are just frozen into the ground. One of them snapped as I was pulling it out,
and the heads of those Easterns, they're all Eastern pegs, the heads of 2 more of them came off, and they're bent, because I had to give them a bit of a wiggle to get them out at frozen ground. Well, it's absolutely the epitome of a winter's morning. Snow everywhere, visibility down to nothing, and freezing cold temperatures. Just down there where you can see that bit of melted snow, that's where I had my tent. I'm having a last look around for any tent pegs that have survived, or more importantly, any little bits of rubbish. But the place is absolutely spotless. It's as I found it, because like we all do, we leave no trace so others can enjoy it. And it's been an enjoyable start to 2026. Right, well, I'm going to make my way in that direction and head back towards Ashiped. So if there's out to show you, I will do. Otherwise, I'll probably speak to you when I get a bit lower down. Catch you in a bit. I'm just going down the staircase at the top of Ashiped. By gum, it's treacherous. Might take me a long time this, I'm going to have to go very slowly. Well, I've just made it down the Ashiped staircase, and it was treacherous, really slippy, especially because I haven't got any crampons with me. But with snow leopard cat-like agility, I made it down safely. Right, well, yeah, I'm going to plod on up to Mill Hill now and get on to Pennine Way, so I'll see you in a bit. I'm at the cairn on Mill Hill, and as you can see, there's not a lot of views I can show you. Totally frozen out, clagged out. It's brilliant. Well, I'm going to take the Pennine Way now down there and go across Featherbed Top, and then when I get towards Moss Castle, I'll be doing a left down Blackmoor towards Gloucester. So I'll plod on down there, and if there are any views I will show them to you, but otherwise I'll speak to you in a bit. I've made it across Featherbed Top and I'm at Moss Castle, and that snowy line that you can see in the heather, that's the path. Well, I use the word path very loosely, but that's the route that I'll be going. I'm going off piste across Blackmoor and then dropping back down into Moorfield. So I'll head on over there and I'll speak to you when I get a bit lower down. Oh, my trekking poles have just fallen over. Right, well, that's a bit better. Now I've got a bit lower down. I'm out of that freezing cold clag that was up on tops, and below that I can take my gloves off so I can up camera and speak to you. Whoa, what a fantastic start to 2026. And I'm just hoping that this year is going to be as good as last year. Last year was fantastic. On the note of last year, there's something which I'm always reluctant to mention, and that's subscribers. Now, the reason why I say I'm reluctant to mention it is because you don't really hear me at the end of every video saying, oh, please subscribe, and badgering people and pestering people to subscribe. That's not my style. You either subscribe or you don't subscribe. That's how I view it. But on the note of subscribers, last year I had hundreds more subscribers, and I'm really grateful. And what I'm really grateful about is the fact that I view you all as genuine subscribers. And what I mean by that is you've done it off your own back. You know, I've not prompted you or asked you to do it. So that really means a lot to me. I mean, people who've subscribed because they wanted to. So thank you all. I really appreciate it, although I never mention it. I am grateful for all the subscribers which I've had. Right, well, on the note of subscribers, let's put that to bed and never mention it again until next year. Well, it's been a winter wonderland camp, this. Been thoroughly enjoyable. I've got about half a mile before I get back to the car. So, I'll plod on down this lane, and I'll see you when I'm down at the car. That's me safely back at the car. Oh, what a lovely walk that was. I really enjoyed it. Just walking along with a big silly grin on my face. Absolutely loving it. Well, this road looks a bit clearer than when I came down it yesterday. I was in second gear, swerving all over the place. It was just like compacted ice. The other road that goes down there, that's a bit more of a main road, although it's not a main road. I think I'll go that way and then drive through Glossop Centre to drive back home. Well, on that note, as I said, I'm back at the car and I'm about to get all my kit off and chucking it back and start the drive home. But before I do that, I just want to say thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. And as I always say at the end of my videos, I look forward to your comments, because I do enjoy reading those and replying to them. Well, there's not really further to say, apart from happy 2026 once again, and I'll see you again for another Hengist Wild Camps. Cheerio all. Goodbye.